So today is the launch day for the Sonos Ray, and I pre-ordered this model because I was so curious. It's a mid-range / budget option for the Sonos lineup. Normally only high-end prices. But this time Sonos is aiming at people who don't want to spend $1,000 for a soundbar and introduce them to the ecosystem. So what's in the box? Well, a starting guide which basically tells you to download the app, a power cable, a digital optical cable, and the soundbar itself with some fancy packaging. At first I was very skeptical about this, because I own a JBL 3.1 soundbar with a huge subwoofer. So of course I thought, how is this little thing going to defeat my JBL? And well, it kind of did. I'm not exactly an expert on every product, but you can consider me to be an average consumer. And for that, spoiler alert, the Sonos Ray is going to win. Now let me tell you why. First off, design and ecosystem. It just works. It's a lot like Apple products. It's easy to set up, it has a gorgeous design, and although you don't get the best screen on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, you still enjoy the product because it's the overall experience. It's kinda like that. Although I don't mean to say it underperforms. Just as Apple products, to set this up, you just have to follow a few easy steps and you're in. Then you can start streaming over your Wi-Fi instead of having to connect to Bluetooth. It's fast, and of course having an app is always better in addition to a remote. Sadly, this has no additional remote, but you can pair it with your current one. It has a few settings to optimize your personal experience. It tests the room you're in to make the optimal settings a reality. Though this only works on iOS. So if you have an Android phone, that's not something you can do as of yet. The design of the soundbar is very simple but effective. It looks very sleek, and for the amount of sound it produces, it's very small, so it will fit basically anywhere. It could even work as a computer speaker. And if you weren't bogged down by cables and the lack of a battery, you could have taken this to the beach as a portable speaker. It's that small. For the next segment, let's repeat the fact that I bought this product myself, and no one sponsored me to make this video. It's my opinion. And I'm sure some people would not agree. So next to each other, the JBL obviously has a huge subwoofer, and it's not a fair comparison. But since the price is nearly the same, I think it's nice to know how they sound next to each other. So the question I'm after is as follows. Can the Sonos Ray compete with a soundbar with a subwoofer? And the answer is yes. I've tested multiple scenarios and asked people to give their opinion. And they all said the same thing. The Sonos sounds very full. Although it lacks that cinema type bass, and because of that, when you turn the bass up and listen to music, you're gonna notice the difference. But I live in an apartment and actually never listen to music that loudly, because the neighbors would be annoyed real quick. And for the average consumer, it's basically the same thing. You never actually listen to music with your bass up, completely with volume on max. It's just overkill. Do you just like to have great sound with your TV and love the fact that you can stream music via Wi-Fi? Then this is a no-brainer. Also, the fact that Sonos will most likely release a affordable subwoofer in the near future, and the fact that you can upgrade your setup with Sonos One speakers makes this the best option. But don't take my word for it. Try it in a store near you. I also tried to record the difference, but this is very difficult. Please check out the link in the description for a few popular songs, which I cannot upload here due to copyright reasons. But here are a few examples.
Mother of God. What is it they want? To feed.
They've trained all their lives for this war.
Let me fight with you.
So what do you think? The bass levels on the JBL soundbar were on average 10 out of 25. And I must admit, you can hear them less on the recorded audio than in real life. But I still think it captures how full the audio is, and the capabilities of the Sonos Ray in general. If you want to get into the Sonos ecosystem, or you just want a small form factor, I would definitely recommend it. One thing I have to say though, it leaves you just wanting more, and I think that's exactly the reason why they made the Ray. I encourage everyone watching this to just go to their nearest store and test out similar models too. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate you watching. YouTube favors channels that have a high subscriber count. So if you want to help me out personally, I would really appreciate it if you were to consider subscribing. Thank you once again, and for now, hope you have an awesome day.